Okay, now the story of Outland. There really isn't much of a story of Outland, but it does have somewhat of a backstory, and I'll explain what that real backstory is. Now, the backstory of the game is about this hero who went up and I guess challenged these goddesses of dark and light, and they don't really talk about if he won or lost, but the goddesses are still alive, so I'm guessing the hero lost, and now you play, I guess, as the reincarnated hero, because this guy's been having these dreams, and I guess he's talked to the shaman guy, and the shaman's like, yo, you're the new hero, and he's like, awesome, but there's no dialogue, so you don't know that. There is a narrator, though, and at least we have one guy that talks. Anyway, there's not many characters in here that you care about. There's no personality, but there is a little bit of backstory, so at least you know why you're going around killing big trolls and other goddesses and stuff, and freaking the gods of like the forest and stuff. At least you have a backstory. So the story itself not that great, but whatever. It's okay. It's all right. Let's go on to the sound. Alright, now the sound in the game. The sound is actually fantastic. I think the sound effects are really good. I mean, they're kind of obvious, like sword slashes sound like sword slashes, explosions sound like explosions, enemies dying sound like enemies dying, like, I'm dead. Well, I don't think spiders talk like that, but still, I don't think they talk, so, whatever. Anyway, the sound effects are the obvious sound effects, but they sound good, definitely. Now, the thing that makes the sound fantastic to me is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is, the only way I can explain it is fitting. It really does. It fits with the environment. It fits what you're doing. It's very magical sounding, and the environment that you're at, it's very colorful, very magical looking. It definitely fits the environment. The soundtrack is very good, never gets on your nerves like some other arcade games that came out this year, Ghostbusters, and I really like the sound. I really thought the sound was great in this game. So let's go on to the graphics. Okay, now the graphics in Outland are fantastic. I'm just going to say it right there. I'm not even going to take time to talk about why they do. They look fantastic because of how awesome the visual style is. The colors they use in this game are very well implemented. They look really good. It definitely looks like Limbo if they just coded a whole bunch of colors on it and probably didn't make it as violent. And really, it does look really, really good. The background's also just like Limbo. You see stuff in the background. Same thing here. It looks really nice. You see like meteors coming down or something, or little fireballs or something. It looks really good. I'm just gonna say it right here. I'm just gonna leave it off right here. It's probably the best arcade game I've seen since Limbo. And that was like what, about a little over a year ago. And I will say it right here. I think this looks just as good as Limbo. I really do think so. This game looks fantastic. It really does. It looks really great. Definitely in motion too, because the animations are fantastic. Just gonna say right here, the graphics are fantastic. Let's go on to the gameplay. Alright, now the gameplay on Outland is your standard kind of platformer where you could jump on walls, jump from those walls onto another wall, get to a different platform, use your sword. The combat is very fluid and very nice in this game. You get some different power-ups like a different sword slash or an energy beam later on, and they're all cool. They're all cool looking too. But I'm going to say it right here. There is a cool little feature in here that has been done in a game I mentioned before, Ghostbusters, where you have to switch from blue and red. And if you remember Ghostbusters, the game that came out that was terrible, it was terrible. You had to switch from like red, blue, and yellow to kill certain enemies. It's the same thing in here where you have to switch from blue. It's actually opposite. You have to kill blue, you have to switch to blue to kill red enemies, and you have to switch to red to kill blue enemies. And you also have to, because in the whole environment there's like little beams and stuff that you have to go through. If they're red, you could switch to red and go through them. Or there's a platform that's red, you could switch to red and go on there. Then you have to jump and switch to blue to go on the next one. It's very hard to explain. You can see it in the gameplay. It's very cool. They did it fantastic in here. Ghostbusters just screwed it all up. I hate to keep freaking mentioning that game because I love Ghostbusters, but I hate that game. But yeah, this game does it perfectly. The platform is very fun. It's it's standard platform, but it's very fun. The gameplay itself, like the sword combat, is very fun. Also, the boss fights are really inventive looking. I should have mentioned that before in the graphics. They look really good. It's very fun. This game is really, really entertaining as all hell. I recommend it highly. There you go. There's my review. A pretty short one this time. I think Outland is a game that you should go pick up. Now, one other thing that I did forget to mention is the co-op, and I didn't have anybody to play co-op, so I didn't play it. From what I heard, it's just co-op, except you can do arcade mode where you have to get through a certain level really quickly. Anyways, I heard the multiplayer is great. I didn't have a chance to play it, so this is really a review just for the single player. So, anyway, I just recommend this game just for the single player itself because it's definitely fun. It has a great combat system, very fun platforming, and a great visual style. Sure, the story's not really there, but for a $10 game, you shouldn't really expect that much of a freaking epic story. And, it feels epic sometimes when you fight bosses, definitely, but that's about it. I definitely recommend this game. Check the description for the written review and my score. Thank you and goodbye. Go get this game because Stone Cold said so. I said so. Fuck Stone Cold. Bye.